value you got about. Listen, I mean, if you threw that flash anywhere else, it wouldn't have hit all those spots. That's really, really sick. And they did a good job of keeping the pressure up the entire time. Like, yes, it's an eco, so it's like, oh, it's kind of disappointing for EG to lose a round like that. But, you know, G2 had some really nice tactics to claw their way back in. And of course, like right after I say EG are not going to slow down. It was two pistols, but
to be fair, they didn't slow down. Right? They stuck to their guns, man. They wanted that B site. They tried to force the issue, and G2 just had the procedures and the protocols to stop them. A reality of, you know, the caliber of their opponent here. We don't doubt G2 on an individual level. And that last round showed us a nice little flare of team play.
I'm feeling a little bit of Mousesports' T side here in EG in the way that they're taking control but keeping presence on the other side of the map. They're moving very quickly into their execute elsewhere, and I think that's been very confusing so far from EG. And again, they're set up in halls, but oh, we got a good flash timing here from G2 as they go and reclaim mid control. And this pulls the pants down on EG. Their plans have been shown. They're all lining up smokes there for Moto. Oh, but the trade comes back on the reflash. They think they're going to set up again. No rotations in from G2, and we're back to 4-on-4.
Yeah, we've got Nexa, or rather Kenny, moving into the inside of the A site. He's got this angle down on short, dodges the flash, can't land his shot. That would have been a crucial kill for Kenny, and he was given even more chances, but did they know about Amanek? He's just sitting inside the little pit, and he gets hard cleared by Breeze. Comes in late, but comes in time. Before this pit player can really join forces with those two rotators, he's cleared.
That was interesting.
And that's it.
Because that was a situation where Almanac is like, maybe they forgot about me, but literally Breeze is like, we haven't killed Almanac here yet. He's got to be in this place if he hasn't been in the other side of pit, so he jumps out. Now, I mean, this is actually a very high-level game, you know? We're seeing it's pretty fresh from both G2's perspective and EG. We had G2 with a very, very nice eco round just a moment ago. And they had a couple cool flash tactics there at mid with like the correct timing to find players setting up for an execute that should be a bad situation for EG. The only thing about G2 in that spot is they don't really use that to try to get information. Like maybe they didn't believe that it was going to finally be an A attack and were scared to try to rotate off a B. Instead, they left 2 there and were 2-2 on sites, which made it somewhat risky. Even if Kenny S gets a kill there, what we're seeing is that his teammate would have been smoked out and Kenny S would have gone 1-for-1. So that's all to say that, yeah, there's some cool stuff from both sides, but no surprise that EG win the round. So let's see what the idea is now for G2. They've still got money. They've still got time here in this half to show some more cool stuff. And they've been doing definitely some new things, some new looks on mid. They haven't used this Virtus Pro lane setup like as much as they are now, that's for sure.
Good missed chance from Kenny. Being given moments that he can punish, but not coming away with the frags. Cirque, well, he loses his teammate ahead of that smoke, so we do have banana control here for G2. Does this compromise Evil Geniuses? Do they want to go back and re-grab that control? Are they worried of a stack here on the A site, which, to be fair, they've been able to cut through?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Nico's moving with tempo.
They're out.
Yeah, they're out.
Ooh, Kenny gets covered by Amanek, who'd repositioned to the graveyard, and Hunter's going to get that kill. Kenny able to dive into the site. Search being called in from apartments, but Breeze needs a reload. Low HP for 2 of the players here for G2, one of which now down because Cirque comes out from the apps. And they're still thinking, still worrying about that inevitable flank. Sure enough, Nico has worked his way up into the apartments, but Cirque is ahead of the game and he looks away at the worst possible moment. But when he re-peeks back into it, maybe Nico's already got him. Sure enough, sprayed to the spine. And Breeze, it's your time. 1v2, 30 seconds. Bomb pick back up. Hunter creeping over in Cubby. If he kills Nico here in Boiler, then he can go out. Ooh, but he gets caught. Nico, big round to come alive with that 3K.
Now you could say, oh, unlucky timing for Cirque, but if you look at Cirque and Breeze, there's too much overlap between what they're doing. He didn't really have a reason to not watch his flank with Breeze sitting there in pit. Like, what is he actually worrying about here in that situation? So a little bit more patience would have meant the world, of course, and Nico catches the timing on both players. And Cirque even had a window there to check his flank one more time while there was still 30 seconds up. So I think a slight misplay by him there, considering what Breeze was doing. And hey, it might have been Breeze too, not communicating exactly what he was watching or what he had covered. But this allows G2 to get back into the game.
Stanislav.
for a second.
Stan the man. Out-opping Kenny S.
Yeah, wow. With us just off the spawn. Maybe that same tactic. Yeah. So like, there's another example. Again, so the way that Mousesports are playing T-Side Inferno, it always looked a little bit scrappy, but it was a great counter to the way that CTs were taking map control when they were playing well. They would move fast. They'd appear to be taking both sites at once. They'd always be able to switch up. It always felt like a fake was coming, so it scares you into rotating. G2 tried to counter that last round, even though EG's style has become that, where they took bottom B control. So there's like there's no guessing. It's either A or it's B later. And I mean, maybe it helped them win a little bit. Nico was the guy who was at bottom B, and he ends up getting the 2 kills in the end. But yeah, there's an interesting kind of stylistic clash that's beyond the game plan coming into the match, I think.
Oh, they're coming into the B site. Nexa back on Dark. Has no teammates here to help him, but Stan doesn't hard clear it well enough. Cirque and Ethan kill a piece. That's dealing with one of the 3 flankers and convinces the other 2 to save. Evil Geniuses. Another bomb site, another strategy, and another story of success.
Fresh looks, man.
7 T rounds already.
I hope I'm not overextending here, but I would guess that both teams are surprised by each other's game plans right now, because I don't think either team is playing how they normally play at the moment, and both in good ways. But it seems like EG's innovations are just working a little bit too well versus G2. But I'm also curious now about what that means for the second half, because surely if this much has changed already, you know, what are we in for in half number 2?
Damn. What are we doing up here, boys?
That's a boost, yeah.
Getting vertigo. Too high up. No punish with that one. Nice attempt. Cool flare. But just a party trick. 5 rounds the lead. Evil Geniuses, 7-2. 2 survivors for G2. Kind of kickstarts the cash a bit, but they're still struggling for money. So a timeout is called.
There's still a very apparent weakness where there's a point of the round at which G2 are keeping like 1 in B and like just hoping for a second, and EG are picking the site correctly a lot of the time. Sometimes I think in those spots, maybe lower numbers, G2 should be more comfortable just going for a full gamble, because then at least you have the money. Like for example, this round you would have 3 guns saved, which means that you could have 2 drops. You have 2 guns saved, you can't have 3 drops. So if you're gonna have 2 on A site, 1 in B deep, that B guy's not going to win you the round probably. Sitting in emo, either he's going to get mollied or traded. It means friggin' Breeze and Ethan are coming into your site. You're not getting both, right? So why not go stack A, save if they don't go A, and if they go B, save if they go B. If they come A, then maybe you have a better chance of actually winning.
Shot sing by the SMG. And that's exactly what got added here to the save as well from G2. An MP9 and an ump. It's Kenny who will be the weakest link, but also the front runner. Sees the grenades coming in. This is already a very clumped up Evil Geniuses, prepared to just burst through anything that may be lying in wait for them. Kenny lets them slip by with 2 smoke grenades over on Arch. They're able to get around the bomb site, but this nice time push by Amanek gives them the opening kill, and then another. Kenny, and then Amanek for the 3rd. Everything falling apart here for Evil Geniuses until Cirque guns down 2, and he knows there's another player over towards the pit. Cirque could be the saving grace, but a flash in his eyes doesn't stop him.
He's sharp.
Incredibly so. You've got 2 more players close on short. Cirque seems ready for it. He dares you to go for this peak. And he's lost his teammate, so Cirque is gun for the ace. He's got that 4th one. Oh, and it's so close. But Nico takes his head off to deny the Bulgarian.
Should have killed Nico first. That's the only lesson learned there.
Damn.
I wanted it for him, man. That would have been super sick. Not only, I mean, it was an eco, but first of all, it was an op, so it doesn't matter. And second of all, his team was going to lose before every single one of those kills came out. Here, the refrag, went into mini pit, and then nearly got the 1v2 as well. Very close. Got to see this from
Nico's side.
The winner's POV. Sag.
Hits him in the face. Look at this Hunter. He's going to crank the dial straight down middle. Good damage. Lines up 2 players. Kenny gives that cover. Headshot. and a bit more damage. Hunter, that's all he needs.
Guess we're back into the match now, suddenly. G2 with that. Money back into their favor. Pull out the eco. 2 in a row, and now it's down to Tarek 1-on-4 situation. Round 11, hope is lost. And they invested. Down to 0 on most of them.
G2 getting a little ferocious now.
I'm happy to see that.
Same, man. Same. With the pace that Evil Geniuses were setting at the start of the game, just felt like kind of G2 took a slap to the face.
I think this is the point at which, you know, maybe we've got some tricks here from G2. Too much. Okay,
winnable.
Chill. Let's see if Tarek can pull this off. One of the best Galil players, if not the best, of the year.
Yep.
Okay, he's already got 2 kills down with the bomb in hand through the smoke. They didn't know that he could have actually grabbed it. And instead of going to Banana, he's gone the long way around apartments.
But he's making sound.
Yeah, he's going to be heard.
He's just got to get by Amanek.
And he does. Oh my god, they'll rotate around, so it kind of depends. He's actually running the entire way, which is so ridiculous.
What the hell?
And he'll hear the spotted, but the plant will go down, and maybe he can get into the site.
Now, Amanek's coming in from behind him. That he should not expect that, but by going into the left corner...
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there was timing.
Amanek still gets it.
His days were supposed to be numbered. He did play it a little bit recklessly.
Dude.
But he got the space. Almanac was definitely scared of him. Didn't want
Man's
to
got
kill him.
all the windows down, roofs back, feet on the dashboard, flying through the apartments.
He was like Godzilla, yeah, just running through the halls.
He's like, you guys want to play fast? Watch this. Sprints. Hey, man, 1v4 attempt, gets 2 kills, finds a bomb planet. I'm going to give it credit.
Yeah, they definitely were scared of him, yeah. Almanac gave him too much respect there, I feel like.
And that's
he doesn't realize how much he got away with just now. He's like, I almost won that. Oh, if I just made this one. No. They let you live, man. They let you live for sure.
Well, look
but
at
it was
the
still good damage.
reward for it. G2 going to be shooting for their 5th round win, and it's just the pistols that maybe stop them. But again, right, look at this tempo. It's G2 looking for the first fights, peeking up into the apartments, looking down alt mid, very close to killing Cirque straight out the gate. Now, not every team can slap G2 around for 15 rounds and a half, and I think EG are starting to realize that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you know, I think this is the period of the half, which is even more interesting because it's just like, okay, game plans are clearly changed for both sides. Will G2 be able to learn on the fly? Oh, that's actually an insane trade. This opens up CT.
Nico, though, damage control still only gets one.
Only 1 kill.
Now they're in this weird limbo period
NES
where
has not been on today.
they've got CT spawn. They've got the idea of continuing and splitting this B site. Banana Man and Stan could come in huge. We'll see. Nah, Nexa's going to cut him off, and then that suddenly untravels everything you'd think. Breeze almost got Nexa, and, well, it's right on the corner. The frag would have killed him if not. So nicely done by Nexa. Disengages, re-engages, and successfully takes that 5th round.
Got testy. Crazy refrag from Cirque and Breeze into the archway as well as library. A nice attempt. But Nexa, the custodian, cleans up after the mess his teammates made over on the A site and keeps G2 alive for another round. It did take ecos to get us back into this half, but that leverage was also complemented by, you know, some nice follow-up rounds here. But now we're going to get a full buy versus a full buy, and G2 will be put to the test once again.
Ethan inside of the smoke, right on the other side of this. Oh man, he's just waiting for his chance to take down Nexa. 2 grenades go beyond him. Ethan is locked into this fight. He's taking damage, but he comes up with a headshot. He can't get the second. Circus right there to trade it. Favorable situation for EG, sending that A defense scrambling back over. But because EG don't have that bomb, there's no final nail on the play just yet.
And they're good. I mean, like, it's actually, you know, a gift and a curse, right? But because they slow it down, it's G2 who go for the panic play. And this is, I mean, good from G2 actually to try to do this, but they still don't actually defend. So now, even though you have 2 players that are still here, you've got EG on full alert for these positions, and the trades come through.
Yeah, did they anticipate Amanek already being so close?
Like,
no, not at all, man. Cirque's running around with a pistol out. Tarek's going to dive down into the pit, and he gets his gun out in time.
Okay,
Good
but
thing.
that was good. That was good. You know, like, they didn't get the trades because G2 were so sharp, razor sharp, right? I mean, Cirque, look at Cirque. He's crispier than some breaded chicken right now. These refrags. And you got the opening kill from Ethan. Look at this one.
Boom.
Nico Don't let the door hit you on your way out. And then even Stanislaw, like nobody could get damage in on these EG players. But they did respond to the problem well. They got the rotations there. They gave themselves a lot of chances. They hit dry every single one.
Only guy who had a real round-winning chance would have been Amanek, and in that 1 versus 3, he was just kind of lucky. Stan was on the other side of the map. Evil Genius is really still assuming that he wasn't over there. But Tarek, as you said, everybody looking crisp. Falls into the pit and gets another headshot. Headshot after headshot here for EG, individually looking very strong across the board. And economically, G2 looking very weak here in the 14th.
Yeah.
Saving for one final buy this half, but they've gone for the B stack. They want to make sure there are more players nearby. It's an even faster rotate than last round because they're already here. Stan's going to creepy crawl in. Ooh, he doesn't see him. Oh, Nexa's going to get a little bit of damage with that one. Bit of a gimmick play inside of the fountain. And then a flash comes through, but Stan very quickly just slapping Hunter away. Third player off of the coffins. KennyS still in here.
Here's another problem, okay? We got EG. I mean, first of all, G2 supposed to be the most stacked lineup maybe in the world. But right now, EG look like they're pound for pound better aimers than them. So not only strategically are they keeping up and both teams are doing interesting stuff, but like Stanislaw is not losing duels. Cirque is the better opper right now. Ethan's getting all the entries. Tarek's refragging. What else do you need? Everybody is actually on point.
Ooh. Kenny's got a deagle though. 2 players very low. This could be one of those magical KennyS moments, but Ethan's training the op on him. Amanek's gonna come through the smoke with a Zeus and both players die.
Yeah, it's a good try. Like, they definitely look good in spots, but not nearly as consistent right now as EG. The EG never really look like they're having fun, but it's not really something that I'm concerned about when I see their camps. They just always have this kind of different level of focus where I think they stick to the game plan, they trust it. Sometimes they don't execute it well, like when they're inconsistent, but yeah, I mean, they definitely achieved levels where, I don't know, I think EG have so much to show. It's cool to see that at least right now. Now I'm just even more curious about what happens in half number 2. And we're already at the point where it's close enough. Either team could still win. This is not done for G2 by any means. And what ideas will they have in half number 2 is a big question. But when we chalk this up, it's going to be hard to say that G2 had an okay half because they didn't win rifle versus rifle maybe even a single time. They won the anti kind of force buy. They won 2 rounds where they were ecoing. And so I don't think there's too many bright spots here from G2. I think they had some tactics in the rounds where they did cool stuff, but they didn't actually win those rounds.
Nope.
So that's the problem.
So we can see them trying to piece it together, so we'll give praise to that.
Yeah.
But the pieces are still falling apart, man. Not sticking. Not sticking the landing. If you fail the landing, you don't
break your legs
at all. Yeah, you break your legs.
Break your legs.
KennyS walks in, gets his opening pick. Nice op. Falls away from short. And let's see what EG can do to close the half, right? Nothing to lose here. 15th round of the half. So they're going to have to make their play. Wild, however, to think that that right there is KennyS's second op kill.
Yeah.
His second op kill of the half.
It's definitely not look great, man. Not look great. And T-Side's not going to be opping, so maybe that'll be good. I don't know. Not super on point today.
Cirque trying to find him. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Man. He's like, oh.
Honestly, like KennyS, he's been getting a bad rap, but I think in reality his stats aren't that inconsistent. Cirque has been pretty inconsistent. Maybe they're kind of almost similar, but right now Cirque is definitely playing in peak form.
They're posted. We've got an op fight here towards short. We've also got a third player keeping eyes on balcony, so these guys short are a little bit wary of it, but really they can just focus in on mid. Cirque and Kenny doing the dance of death. Nice little snap on that one. They're trading players. Both the oppers still up. Come on, Cirque, come get some. KennyS gonna get his 3rd kill on the round before Ethan takes his head off. And now Amanek, last man inside the A site. 10 seconds to spare. They need to get in here right now, and he just left the bomb.
No bomb.
There's no time for this.
Oh, he can... He forgot, yeah.
Yeah.
Thought he ran over it. Unfortunate to go back to mid. The trade comes back, but it's EG all day.
Well, Evil Genius is still going to have that 3-round lead at the end of the first 15. But don't forget your bomb, kids. It's pretty sound advice. G's offense, now it's their turn to try and throw a couple punches.
Yeah, I think they'll have some cool stuff. Definitely don't think it'll be too flat. I mean, even if EG outclass them this match, I think we'll definitely see some cool stuff from G2, hopefully. But EG, I'm sure, are most looking forward to playing CT side, so this will be a great test for G2. And it'll just come down to like, oh, did Evil Geniuses change that much? Do they need to here on CT side?
Well, they get Hunter all the way out into the corner next to Apartments entrance, and then looks like everybody else is going to go banana. This could very well catch rotates if EG decide to push down middle. So right now, I would not want to be Tarek. I'll put it that way. Alone on this B site. Smoke in hand, of course. If the offense respects it, then maybe he'll be okay, but looks to me like G2 really anticipate Evil Geniuses going for that heavy mid retake.
See if they run through this or not.
Oh, nice.
They could run through it now, but even the retake wouldn't be so bad. Stanislaw, he'll get caught out by Hunter. That's actually really cool. He finds this timing and the entry into B.
Hunter's still going to be given some time to lurk around the A site. Breeze coming in for him, and he's going to get that headshot.
What a way to win it, too.
Oh, but G2, they're still kind of like stutter
They didn't actually
stepping.
commit to the B site.
Yeah, they had gotten on it, then they left.
I think EG have they have a kit somewhere to probably get back, right?
Sitting right here on CT cross.
Okay. So then they're fine.
20 seconds.
Oh, he saw him.
Oh, Cirque gets the headshot.
Clinical.
Bomb's kind of getting left in no man's land, but they're giving back a kill via Ethan. Cirque, he's looking to do it all.
He's hitting everything.
Aminek's going to turn his attention back. 10 seconds. He's looking for the kill behind him. Now it's a 1v1. Cirque, he's changed corners. Aminek has to stick this bomb. Cirque's going to come sprinting in. Aminek gun up. Oh, a bit of damage. And Aminek falls away. There is a kit on the play. Cirque sticking this down to 2 seconds. Aminek, oh, Cirque sticks it almost all the way.
Oh my.
0.4 left on the defuse as G2 takes second pistol.
Oh, he had lots of time. He could have gone for the stick and won it early. But if Almanac even peaked once, that's I think he could have afforded to play that a different way. Of course, Almanac could have called the bluff if he wanted to and not peeked out, and there was a chance that Cirque wins. But wow, after all this damage too. Oh, it's a misplay at one point or another because your guy on B does not need to die to Almanac, but of course he's somewhat tucked and doesn't expect Almanac to push. So it's a very nice kind of 1v2 from that perspective. So now we've got a power play. EG, the bottom of mid. They didn't even win last round.
Yeah, Stan. Oh my God, and Stan got by T. Not only does he go down middle, kills the
Do they have
first
smoke
player.
there? Oh, they got a molly downstairs, yeah.
Dude, now he goes back. A little bit more damage as Aminek's trying to dig a hole on the A site for everybody to fill, but Tarek just doesn't even let go of
He
W.
didn't stop at all.
He flies in on him.
Okay, on this episode of Who Would You Rather Be, Scrawny, who would you rather be?
I would rather be G2.
Okay.
Because for the moment, we've got Evil Geniuses still very separate, and Ethan on the back of this bomb site has 7 health.
He's going to get 1. Let's be real. Oh, no, they're rotating.
Or are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tarek
yeah,
is.
here comes Tarek. And if he puts that smoke grenade down right in the nick of time,
Oof.
ooh, come on. No, he's going to keep the gun up.
Well, if he does pull out the smoke, that'd be a mistake. Doesn't pull him forward.
The moment Ethan distracts them, Tarek's sprinting through this. You know he's going to do it, but he looks the wrong way. Ethan, out with the first one. Come on, almost. Has a chance, but Hunter dives around it. And sure enough, G2 prevail. But let's be real,
That was
just
awkward.
barely.
Yeah, just barely, yeah. I told you Ethan was going to get 1.
You did say it. What I didn't expect was Tarek to run through smoke before Ethan shot, also looking the wrong direction.
Yeah, that was a bit awkward. They just walked all the way across.
Yeah, they had
It seems-
both gone into the barbecue pit.
If they, yeah, I don't know. That's a very precarious and interesting situation. Just literally had Stanislaw run down mid and flank logs. As if it was Furia.
Crazy round, man.
Crazy round.
What the heck is going on?
I mean, the good damage means we've got the full investment by G2, but because it costs EG don't save anything. Oh, they come into this with only the upgrades on the HEs. They get some back. Some damage is done here. And this is actually very kind of important for at least EG to do damage here as opposed to try to save. So reading the stack would be brownie points. And yeah, they might come up mid. And even though it's just USPs, this mid crossfire is so dangerous. G2 are a team who do it the best, so they should know. But we'll see if they commit or not.
Oh, flash is good. A little bit of damage. Look at the HP go down for G2. 3 guys still susceptible to death, but Stan takes shots to the head. It's Amanek with the MAC-10. That's who you want on it. 9 rounds all as G2 string together 3 to start the T side.
Only 1 death, so, you know, not bad at all here for G2. A really, really strong start. The buy will come in now. 1 rebuy will also only be a MAC-10, which is a boon for having Amanek on your team, who's so proficient with the MAC-10. You really save a lot of money and always have nades with a player like Amanek. It's no joke, you know. That just makes a big difference.
3 players here for EG on Banana. Utilities thick and heavy. And yet Nico almost finds Sanctuary. Tarek going over the wall. I'm not sure how much he saw.
I think they knew.
Yeah.
We've seen him on that spot.
Of course.
So much. Actually,
Perched like a parrot.
they did that so well where there was just so much chaos. Nico didn't even know when to turn from anti-flash. Just died looking into a wall. And yeah, that's a big way to shut down. Some of G2's biggest wins on this map is when Nico can take Banana by himself. So for him not to be able to have an option to come up late onto Banana and peek into the site or to get the kill right away in the early stage of the round, this takes a lot of the lifeblood out of G2. Another T Inferno. What molly is he lining up there? Is it first, second oranges? Maybe.
Not sure. Let's get an aerial. One towards corner, and yep, right on top of orange. Does both sides. Amanek, of course, going to be the front runner, but he gets barrel stuffed by Tarek alongside Ethan. The hold is good. 3 kills off the back of it. Not a single death here for Evil Geniuses.
Uh-oh.
It's a bit brave of G2 to challenge the smoke.
Just like to say, we didn't have any rounds like that from EG, right? In the first half. Where it looked that panicky coming in through the smoke. They did the full exec. I don't know if they were counting nades incorrectly. Maybe didn't expect to see the extra smoke. Did they actually sub out a player in the middle of the round so they have enough? Because they might have... Basically what G2 might have just thought that they didn't have another smoke for this, but lands perfectly right as they're coming through the mollies. And then, yeah, they're forced to commit because they just took their utility belt off and threw it into the site. So there was a bit of sunk cost there for G2. And they couldn't surmise the entries. That's kind of like how you want the rounds to go on CT side.
Of course.
But they never end up going that easy.
Yeah, that was
but when you
perfect
talk about,
looking from EG.
Yeah, exactly. When you talk about it, you're like, have a smoke for the exec, they come through, there's no choice.
Textbook defense.
Right.
None of the offensive utility changes your position.
Yeah.
And everybody runs through a smoke.
Yes.
You kill them, take no damage.
And you kill their star player without them refragging the beginning of the round.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Now, if Evil Geniuses can just do that 6 more times, this game is in the bag.
You know, even 3 more times if it's a streak and they have to save and stuff. So they got to EG got to stop the bleeding. They need to put some Heather hand wraps on the bleeding.
Just because you learned what gloves were this week.
I love skins.
Oh. Timing on the nade. Hunter goes all the way out, all the way back in. But falls into the apartments with 30 less health than what he had when he started.
I mean, they're quite timid right now, so this is what I was talking about with Nico. Like, just walk up here, be very dangerous. You know he might be on the corner, but he can always peek out. He's not afraid to peek out by himself. No nades. It's it makes G2's attack very powerful. Oh, and now he'll actually lead in, so they might throw a smoke on him. We'll see.
Ooh, but he's inside of the smoke, loses his vision on the side of the fire. Ethan takes his head off. Now the rest of G2 have to get the job done. Molly on his feet, but Ethan still takes one with him. 2 kills for Ethan here on the hold. 5 seconds to spare, and Tarek, well, causing a bit of chaos inside of the bomb site. Flustered was G2, but successful in planting nonetheless. We've got 4 players up for Evil Geniuses. Cirque with the smoke. Double flash, and Hunter, kind of feeling that inevitable squeeze, decides to get active, takes a player down, and a second, nearly third. Amanek off of quad, leaves Cirque to try and clutch this. He's got a player up close, and then that man back there. He knows Amanek's locked into this position, and as long as Amanek never peeks, Cirque can offer us nothing. Eventually, Kenny decides to take the initiative, and G2 will take the round.
I think the way you described it was best. Hunter feeling that nervousness of like, we're giving up too much control in this spot. Let me just try to get this fight. This will be the risk I take in the round. That swings it completely. Tarek getting denied there slows things down. Maybe speeds things up in a negative way. Like they feel the need to get the retake going, and it makes things uncomfortable. But EG in that round were in a really, really good spot where they took out Nico right away. They had a nice job stopping the entries. And there was a lot of awkwardness from G2 getting in. But at least they close it out. It's a favorable retake for the CT side, but the individuals on G2 were a bit stronger. But they were not that clean coming in. And I think I just want to put a pin in that because we're going to have another rifle versus rifle round coming up. And surely they're going to try a similar B attack again. I also want to know who threw that molly into Nico in the first place.
Oy.
Uh-oh.
5-7 getting the better of the MAC-10. Hunter hears the fallback, but there's two players on Boiler. He's got to be careful.
He like tried to bait that out. It was pretty tricky, but they didn't bite.
What's the move here from EG? Looks like they're going to take that initial three-man stack, send one over to the B site in the form of Cirque, leave Breeze and Stan on A. Arch completely open. G2 are about to take it from him. Not with one or two, but rather four players. They're 100% going to sink their teeth into this A site, and Stan, well, he just took some early damage. That doesn't bode well for Evil Geniuses. But they come sprinting over from the B site. Maybe they could still crunch these players in Arch if they get slowed down somewhat. Breeze backside. Oh, Nexa almost dying out to that mistake, but sure enough, then 3 kills from G2, 4 kills, and the 5th man spotted. As Ethan makes a bit of sound here from Library, he is doomed. Sure enough, an 11th round for G2, now in the lead. This T side, 5 rounds to the favor of G2, only 1 for the Evil Geniuses.
And they're very tricky right now. They appear to not have any grenades. Then we got Stanislaw with the smoke at 30 seconds, sitting on the site. They're split up in a 2-3, and they actually delay for rotators. Breeze in the back of the site taking advantage of a bad molly is very, very, very scary.
Yeah, that could have been costly, man.
They're doing a lot with a little here, which is good for EG, but at the same time, G2 cleaning up these anti-ecos. They've got the most recent rifle round. So we're going to have attack timeout. Of course, I don't think at this point either team feel like they're going to win. You know, as much as they might lie and tell you in an interview, yeah, we knew we had it the whole time. Neither of them should, because they've had some pretty bad losses recently, both of them. And those are going to take a toll. But I'm sure they both feel like they can win. I think that's the most interesting and maybe scary part here. So let's see how EG will fare now that G2 have this lead. 1 round lead. But the money is pretty honest from the side of G2. I'm sure EG realized that 1 round could swing back a lot of momentum.
Nico challenging the smoke, waiting for it to fade. Kind of pulling an Ethan, but he's not going to find anything with that one. EG have already fallen into the B site. Remember, it was Breeze who got that kill versus Amanek in Apartments last round, fell into the bomb site. You know, they decided not to hang on to that forward control. And this round, kind of similar. Instead, putting 2 bodies with guns towards Arch. G2 having had Banana, having made that sound, they've completely left that. They are very much overwhelming the Apartments. Like termites, they are everywhere. They're in the walls.
They've got this lane stack. They've got to worry about a Hall's pop potentially, but EG, they're getting information. Yeah, this is actually amazing. Wow.
Dude, like on the money. Nexa's going to try to save this as he jumps out from the Apartments, gets onto the bomb site and plants. So it's still a man advantage for Evil Geniuses, but my goodness, dude, they found that mid setup to a T. They take down the 2 players, both fumbling utility. And now Nico, he seems to me like the X factor in this situation. At any moment, he can come back down from Boiler, and you see Stanislav very wary of it for the moment. Now, if they just leave, say, Ethan to watch the flank, the rest of everybody can move forward. Nico is still in a powerful spot, and Nexa's making it even easier. Amanek comes in from Graveyard with a kill, but it's Nexa from the deepest corners to really seal the deal. G2 losing 2 players in a 5v3 and still taking the round.
Yeah,
win.
look at the instant refrag, which was sick, and they definitely weren't advantaged per se in that post-blind situation. I'm sure EG felt quite comfortable, but they were coming a bit slowly all the way down Banana. They were really kind of taking their time, and the 2 players at mid, although they both got kills, now we have info on 2 players that are supposed to be on A, so that gives G2 a lot of confidence coming out of the halls. And it was good, I guess, that they came out quickly, but it really came down to the one trade on the player who came out of halls when the CT started to rotate back in. He wins that duel there, that's when it tumbles on. But really nicely done from G2 to win despite losing, 2 players throwing nades at mid. This is very, very competitive. And it's a very dynamic game, and we're honestly, like, we saw G2 pull out the exact same tactic to stop G2, to stop EG in the exact same way at mid in the first half. They used a flash when they did it, but specifically to stop the Halls lane split. So, yeah, it's cool to see a different look, a different way of doing it. EG just kind of walking out, no flash at all.
Silent but deadly. Dismantle what was that 5-man full exec, and right now they're going to try to maybe catch a player down mid, but we've got Hunter in the trenches, Amanek in the apartments, and Nexa to the top of Banana. Again, we get a little bit of a fallback. Yeah, look at that. They made a bit of sound launders. They get 4 guys over to the B site, and now they're going to go ahead and just completely overwhelm A. And the one sole defender in the form of Breeze. Unless
Flank 5 of them.
Unless Breeze gets away with this kill on Kenny, and now he's got himself an op. He could throw himself at the bomb site. I mean, this would have to be something magical.
No.
But Breeze gets 2 to start.
He's aiming for it.
They've
It's
got their bomb
5v3.
plant. The pistol players, they all have Kevlar. If anybody gets their hands on the guns, then this is one of those wild situations where, like, you want to believe for EG, and right now, Hunter's position's been found out. He dies out to Ethan. This is Breeze who set up this entire play. 4 kills back for G2, and it's going to have to be Stan to finish off in the clutch. He falls down from the balcony and dies because Amanek arrives. 4 kills for him, and a 13th for G2.
It's all Amanek all day with the MAC-10. The 4 frags here, bailing everybody out. What a play from Breeze, though. He knows that they're all walking up Arch as well, catches them on their way around, says what up with that op from Kenny S, and Amanek bails him out. This definitely would have all fallen apart if not for him. So a key target, but yeah, very important player in some of these moments, and doesn't get scared, doesn't get shaken. G2 will take it to 13-10. Don't think this game is over by any means. Lots of fight here from both sides, and okay, but when your opera starts getting rifled down, that's when it gets scary for sure. Great shot here from Amanek. A player, one of 2 players right now that I think is important to focus on, because we know he has high peaks. We saw what he did in the inaugural tournament when Nico joined the team, but has fallen off since then, alongside Hunter, who has fallen off a lot as well. And that has made this a very weird situation. Now we're looking for refrags, and tons of damage gets done. Oh man, they're going to try to rotate in, but does this round just fall apart in this way? All off of top bracket control. Yeah, we've got a player in pit. Such an unlikely spot here for the 2 players left on G2 to try to retake. But will they do it? I mean, Amanek is low.
Oh, Hunter. Excuse me. Can you not? And with that one, Evil Genius's chances just disappeared. Nexa plants in the middle of the site, 14 rounds for G2. Can we take a second to talk about Amanek?
Sure.
Because, you know, there was the whole back and forth between Almanac and Jax, and, you know, Almanac, I think, has the higher skill ceiling. We would see Almanac come over and just take players down. I believe it was like that one event when Nico first was added to the G2 roster that we got the return of Almanac, and it was something special. Well, it's been a little while since we've kind of seen those powerful performances, but tonight he is 24-15, and I feel his impact round after round at the moment.
Yeah, him and Hunter both really had a good first tournament with Nico and then just fell off, basically. So they're kind of trying to prove that that shouldn't happen. And now G2 on fire looking for 15. I can't believe how quickly this game got away from EG. Felt like there was tons of fight there. Strong first half. You know, a pistol is, of course, huge. And that's Almanac with the 1v2 on the second pistol as well. They've gotten away with murder more than a couple of times. And now are just about to get away with the whole damn map.
I'm so happy at the end of the first half when we kind of watch G2 struggle that you put a pin in it. You're like, this map's not over yet. And here we are, one T-side later, with a single CT round win for EG. They've had chances. You know, remember, this second half began with 2 back-to-back clutch round wins for G2. Right now, though, they're getting wrapped. We've got Tarek coming down middle with that FAMAS in hand. And Kenny S not even looking. Now, Tarek's just going to go ahead and leave. Another one of those situations where, like, EG have a chance, but G2 have the edge. And Nexa rounding the corners gets the better of Ethan. Anticipates the peek from Cirque. He's now down to 15 HP, so if it's not going to be Tarek, I don't see who's going to really rob this away from them. Amanek planting right on the side of Oranges as Tarek's smoke soon fades. Hunter remains with eyes behind him, making sure Stan can't rob them again with this flank. That's how they lost Kenny S to begin with. Man advantage. Nexa gonna draw that attention, kills the AK and Tarek, and closes the show with the final frag v Cirque. That is 15 for G2, 5 map points.
Damn. Yeah. And then somehow, another one potentially gets away from them. This is crazy. I mean, everyone's gonna forget the contents of the match. When we look at that first half, we saw some really great stuff from EG. So I think it's a huge shame already that this game isn't even closer. But, you know, they made their own bed here in the second half, and G2 definitely showed why they could get back in. You know, a lot of individual plays, but that's what Carlos paid for when he built this roster, okay? So he's getting his money's worth. Not only are they keeping up enough strategically and tactically, but their players are showing, you know, super high peaks and clutch moments. All right, what could be the last round of the game here in round 26. We've got low grenades. The op on Cirque got rifled down from Almanac the last time that he had this. A nice off angle from Ethan at the top of Banana. They play it so quietly, Nico's thinking there's nobody here at all. Something that Ethan doesn't often do, just stand there with no nade support, no players or anything. But he wins that key duel. That got them their 1 CT round and a half, I believe.
Smoke soon fades, and, well, there's nothing there for G2. Because Evil Geniuses, of course, falling back and going to play the vertical angles. We got Tarek boosted up on CT spawn, and then Ethan jumps himself up onto the Oranges, so looking to attack from the skies. G2 still with enough utility. Somebody better put a Molotov on Oranges. That would fluster Ethan enough to maybe cut him down, and over the top it goes. Ethan, though, doesn't have to move. So, sure enough, he's going to distract Amanek long enough for Tarek to strike. And then Nexa will kill Ethan, and Tarek can't get himself a second. Kenny S able to catch his head. 3v3 is where we're left off. And G2 have their bomb plan. So now we have to piece together the retake. We've got 2 members of Evil Geniuses coming in from the Banana flank. We've got Cirque posted, ensuring nobody can swing out from Orange, but there's nobody there. It's Kenny S behind quad and 2 players deep construction. They are smoked off for the time being, and Kenny, well, he's burned out into the open. That bodes well for EG. Now they've got the edge. Nexa, though, he could wrap around from CT spawn. It's being kept eyes on by Cirque. Damage here from Hunter, but both players dead, and a defuse for EG. The game keeps on going.
Okay, let's keep on going. It's a damn great shot from Cirque to keep them alive. That turnaround, if he doesn't get that kill, you know, it's 1v2. The two CTs are going to be nervous as hell with somebody right there in CT spawn ready to swing on him, so it could have gotten sketchy. But it wasn't. And here's where the entry comes in. I thought that, sorry, the entry on the retake. Those grenades were perfect, by the way. Everything was well drilled. And I will say, I feel like in a lot of ways, G2 are the more well-drilled team today. Whether it's the retakes, the T-side execs, everything, they've looked a lot more clean. But yeah, that doesn't mean that you'll necessarily win. Now, what's another key to victory? Can they kill Nico every time? I mean, maybe he's not going to go ahead and do that and give them that opportunity. And now a new look.
Cirque looking to hold the line. 2 kills for him. Gets the third.
That's a spectacle from Cirque. Nexa left alone. For EG quickly climbing back to 12 with that. An insane hold, and it's always scarier when you have nowhere to fall back to.
Of course, man. He's pinned in the corner. Sure, he's got a teammate there, and of course, Breeze did get a kill in the mix, but Cirque knew he was fighting tooth and nail, and so is Nexa. Gets his second kill in the 1v5. Doesn't have the bomb. G2 fans, lend him your energy.
Wonder what he was doing there. That Lane said how he would have. I wonder how Cirque would have transposed from that position if he was going to sit there, wait, peek into mid. If they expected G2 to do something fast up mid, if that was just a really great kind of setup and call out the gate, or yeah, if there was some kind of read there or what, but it ended up being the right call for sure.
Crossfire setup. There's no reason Nexa should ever win this. And Stan's going to put an end to it real quick. Not even give him his chance in the final 1v3. 12th round for EG. Buy up yet again on the cards.
I mean, show some resilience. They've shown a great game plan. They can look back. It's all about attitude at this point. Honestly, if this game gets any closer, I'm going to say that EG were the better team and lost. And that's not something, you know, I want to throw around in a lot of matches. So we'll see if EG can kind of keep their heads on straight, because they've clearly got enough setups to keep them afloat. Cirque is on point today. If he's not getting out-dueled by Almanac. And beyond some of the unlucky search situations, retakes look pretty solid. There's still hope here if they want this win. It just really comes down to whether or not they can see it. Good numbers on both sides.
Cirque playing well tonight. That is his 14th op kill after that schnazzy 3-piece at the top of middle. Compare that to Kenny S's 5. But we also know Kenny doesn't play the op on the T side.
Yeah, he's been grabbing it. I don't know if he picked it up, though. He's had a couple rounds here, but yeah, he's not often buying it.
And doesn't die on it. Ooh. Nico! Oh, now that is commitment.
Unfortunately, I would take a 1-for-1 every time, so we'll see. It's Nico. And they also retain map control here, right? So they not only get the kill answered back, but there's map control gained. Plus, they actually take the risk of walking down to logs. This was quite a brave move. Let's see if Nexa heard it. I actually don't know.
Stan looking to deliver. Oh no, Ethan, he just got hit by a hard grenade.
But they're still...
Yeah, Kenny. Oh, he hard clears it. Now Ethan's compromised. Loses his teammate, and remember, took half of his health by a grenade to kick off that entire engagement. But Ethan, he's coming back. He's going to walk through smoke, and he almost lines up too. That would have been huge from Ethan. Instead, we've got 50 seconds left. G2 with an open B bomb site, but they don't commit.
Yeah, but EG, they haven't moved yet. Cirque is starting to take attention here, and the smoke will come down CT. Cirque going back to mid. They start to walk back a little bit to check flank, but I don't know if they're going to commit here. And now Cirque leaves. There's no noise being made, so this could come down to a read. 35 seconds, and it looks like Nexa's trying to sell this fake. This will be the correct read. Maybe a boon here to have the IGL alive. This could be the play that makes the game in the 2-on-3 situation. Nexa trying to sell the fake by himself, but they won't see his teammates. It comes down to the 2-on-2. Lots of grenades here for G2 as they plant for Arch, and Almanac is the first point of contact.
He sits inside of the arches. We've
Oh.
got Cirque already through library. He fires. Amanek piecing this together, and Breeze, unsuspectingly walks right into it. And Hunter, he's got the headshot, which means G2 have map 1. And in that first half, I'm going to be real. EG had me. But G2 with a hell of a comeback. They win that second pistol. They string it for...
Which can be good. I mean, sometimes it's better than seeing a team get too happy and too sad, you know. Yeah, Vertigo's a big question mark. I mean, it felt bad for the desk because there's not too much to talk about in terms of like knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what happens. We'll get the pleasure of being able to cast this for the first time.
I'm all aboard. Right now, it's 4 players for EG out middle. Amanek shall be the first point of contest. Kenny S sprints down A ramp, loses his head to Ethan, and EG, man, they're just gonna flood this A site. But we've got 3 headshots coming out from G2, almost a chance for the 4th. Nexa's gonna keep firing, and Hunter's right there with him. It's G2 with the pistol round win.
I know Almanac had a cup of oatmeal, 2 cups of water, blueberries, honey drizzled on top, some almonds.
You're describing my breakfast.
I know you had a good breakfast.
Yo, every day, that's what you need. That's what you need, but it's not just water. It's 1 cup water, 1 cup milk, 1 cup oatmeal.
Maybe that's why he's
Almonds,
the pro.
blueberries, raspberries, maple syrup,
Yeah, okay, nice. You got raspberries in there.
black French press coffee.
I'd switch up between the
Yes!
success.
Kill it! Oh, he gets it. That's all we needed to see. That's all he had to do was just get something for his
I
efforts.
was almost scared that he could have almost knifed there.
They slingshot a man into the engagement. Ethan's all that's left over. Kenny's got a knife out for a moment. They're looking wild. Because when somebody disrespects you with a run boost, you got to disrespect them back.
That was awesome.
It's 2-0 G2, but it's really 1-0 EG.
Oh, this is cinematic.
Woo.
He could have knifed him. It would have been scary if he tried and died, though, of course. But yes, anything he gets is great. Okay.
That's fun.
Those two rounds are done. Yeah, but it's like you said, like when Almanac's top of the scoreboard, like obviously G2 are the scariest, and he can be the top of the score for a whole tournament.
Yep.
Sometimes he can't do it 2 tournaments in a row, but he could do a whole tournament. So kind of a scary prospect right now. He looks very, very good. Looks awesome. And he's like a player, the first word I'd use to describe him is creative. And also, he's really good at vertigo. Very good T-side vertigo.
No, man, you're dead on.
Maybe it is 5-1 odds.
Time will continue to tell.
Yeah. And we'll see how much Nico likes this map.
Nice little slow squeeze currently here towards the A site. Nothing too drastic happening. Flashbangs go over and Tarek goes down. Bree's gonna start encroaching.
He's got the Dupree angle on lock here.
Yeah.
Always gets one. Always gets one. Okay. If you're Dupree, of course.
Bree is looking into the sun as he comes around the corner. Now it's pressure on Hunter as 4 players are going to flood at him. Famas good for the first and second. But of course, Tarek's there to trade it. Nico also here to trade, but his legs have been spotted. Tarek's doubled down to give them a man advantage, but no bomb plant. Good thing Tarek's here, though, man. Kill after kill, but it's a 1v1 clutch, and Cirque's creeping through smoke. Nexa's right there, but Cirque gets the headshot, and EG on the board.
Just good decision making here from Cirque. He gets in the smoke, but he phases it, right? It's Nexa who clearly wants to try to do that to Cirque. Cirque makes the decision first. He's there in time. He wins the duel. I like Kenny S's play here. Hunter goes 2 for 1, and then Kenny S, he goes in to stop the plant. It's low numbers.
Yeah.
High chance someone has their hands busy or is watching something else. Can't watch the smoke as well, and it makes it a very good situation for Nexa to come in on the retake. He doesn't win, but doesn't mean it's not a good play.
Yeah, I like Kenny S's play. I don't like Nico's. I mean, just exposing his lower body like that to that smoke grenade. You know,
I missed it, honestly.
not a fan of Vertigo. We know that with Nico. That's one of those things.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
he hates. I'm pretty sure that was one thing I was like, what's gonna happen to the map pool now? They were good at vertigo. I like their vertigo, but now like Nico doesn't. So what's gonna happen?
That right there is a reason not to like it in his books. It's just one of those really awkward fights. B-Site can kind of give it to you, man. There's lips and ledges, and
He's played Vertigo less times in his career than Fallen has played Nuke.
That's saying something. Grenade commitment here on the A site. Stanislaw gonna find 1 kill. Breeze there with a double. He gets the other 2 players that were trying to stack up on short. We do have a man nice and close and personal. That's Kenny S falling away from it. They were not able to do too much because we had Stan the man just running in. G2 trying to scramble, trying to throw bodies on short shelf. And just as they got into position, Stanislaw caught them off guard. I like the tempo here from EG. You know, that's what they began their T side with on Inferno, was kind of a disrespectful pace. And since they've had the guns, hell, even in the pistol when they lost, they were quick through mid. And I like that, Lunders. I like that electric counter-strike we're getting out of them.
I think the prevalent style here on Vertigo that like Astralis do really well was to attack both things at once. And now we're seeing a lot more mid control from the T side, which is great. A lot more fast lurking and aggressive plays. But yeah, I think keeping tempo high on Vertigo is becoming more popular, which is great, which just makes it a bit more fun to watch. And yeah, they do catch the CTs in transition into an idea, right? The CTs are trying to go for either take short shelf control, go for a boost, and EG, they kind of did some of the same stuff on Inferno, where they find a time to execute right when the CTs are trying to think of an idea to get ahead of the execute, right? So I think that worked out quite well and looked very nice too.
Just the USPs here towards middle. Not going to find anything at all. Maybe Kenny's scout will. They're about to walk into it. Nope. Follows up with a second shot and lands that, but he's also down to 30. Breeze all the while getting into the B bomb site. Pops the head off Hunter, nice and easy. If that frag had found Kenny, he'd be pretty much dead. But Breeze just selling a fake. We see that bomb slip into the A site, and Breeze actually denies them an extra kill. They've got 3 players low on EG, but G2 empty-handed as bomb is planted.
Got EG playing this map once versus Astralis, the global final, where they got destroyed.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, before that, I haven't touched it since North America. Since everyone was playing back in North America in the first half of 2020. So, yeah, I'm sure this was going to be something of a surprise. But it seems to be just fine so far. Just fine. We'll see how the game plan develops. Good to see EG keeping this one competitive. I mean, based on what we saw in that last game, I really could see these teams being really kind of putting a more interesting best of 3s in the future. I think EG are only staying in Europe for one more event, if I'm not mistaken, and then potentially going home. So this is where you really got to leave it all on the line. They have no good results between now and before they started losing to Furia at the beginning of mid portion of 2020.
Yeah, they took that one map off Astralis.
Yeah, that's their best result basically. Yeah. So they need to leave a mark in terms of maps. One, or high tournament placings at this point, or they're going to go back home with no confidence at all.
At least this time around, they are here for a string of events. Their last trip was kind of cut short when they weren't able to return to Europe. Hunter's looking to find a kill towards B, but instead he's dead.
That was like the perfect way to actually use that molly, though.
Yeah, Molotov right on him. He's got some slick movement, kind of rides the plywood, and
just don't mess with him. Let the molly work, basically.
This is a very thin piece of cover for Amanek to be working with. He knows it well, though. So sure enough, they get all the closer, and his AUG will trade back versus Breeze. Stan just ate a flashbang, but he is inside of the bomb site. Still, Amanek just tearing him up. But there's Stan. He's got 2 players turned, and he's got 2 players down. We're into the 1 versus 1. Nexa versus Stanislaw. Bomb picked back up. He's going to fake plant. Calls out Nexa's walk up. And he had that shadow info, but Nexa gets the better of him. And G2 take a third.
A great try, but yeah, he gets the damage off of I think the scout from Hunter in the site. What was it? Op in the leg? I don't even know. Didn't have much to go with. And this is the most awkward exchange ever because, you got teammates on the ramp thinking, Stanislaw, I see you on the radar. You're deep in the site. But Stanislaw is making this play, and he just needs them to be aware of this one duel back here. So, I mean, He doesn't necessarily want to blow up his own position by overplaying his hand, but you just gotta hope someone who's still coming in is gonna watch for an extra player on the site. Just doesn't happen. G2 get back into the game, and on this buy, it's fairly even. The only thing that rocks it slightly, I think, is just this buy up for G2. And yeah, we got the creep up the A ramp. No pressure here on this short shelf. Looking like no plans to retake. Instead, G2 are trying to take back middle control, which they've got time to do. But Tarik is sitting here holding, and he's got the crosshair placement to complement it.
Almost got a second kill. Hunter will be left with 5 HP. And Evil Geniuses are left with an assault on this A site. We do have Hunter trying to get himself into position in order to stop this, in order to help out kennyS and Nexa. That frag could be big. Not half bad. Wall of smoke thrown up from EG. Kenny, can you really take this? He jumps up, falls back through fire. He's lost half of his health because of the utility. Nice full-blown execute, but oh, denial. kennyS with the deep wall bang from CT spawn. A second attempt on the bomb plant gives a 2-man advantage over to G2, and that is not what EG were looking for. Stan's gonna get flashed ever so slightly. Cirque goes down and deals with the ramp flank. Stanislaw could line up these players. He gets the first one, follows up with damage, and it's all on Cirque.
They're low.
19 HP. He starts to round the short corner. Bomb planted open for him. And they are low. There you go. He gets one, but Kenny through the wall doesn't let him get away and has time to defuse G2 with a 1-round lead.
It's all about Kenny the entire way through. If he doesn't get that wall bang into default, they don't have to come back and try to plant again. After he gets this kill, which is just a kill, man, he didn't have that really lined up. Just a empty shot through the smoke, through the wall, and it ends up working out. But then when they come back to plant, one of their teammates dies trying to get the bomb down or support. And the round is very, very close. But ultimately, Kenny, he kind of opens and closes the book on it. But it looks like the spirits are still good here. They seem like almost happy to have had it come that close.
Yeah.
Which is mentally, a good place to be, I think, from G2's perspective. So attack timeout will be called here from G2. And, you just don't want this to mount up too much, because this was the tail of the tape on Inferno, where EG had good rounds. The clutch was just a bit too strong for G2. The individuals started coming alive in a big way. kennyS up again. Nobody shy to spend. And, whoever wins this round is most likely going to force an eco. So it could be worth 2.
Ooh, player up close. Cirque gonna miss his chance at punishing Amanek. Hunter's got Cirque then over the shoulder. Third kill comes in from the B setup. Make it a 4K. Hunter over the top. 3 frags. And this was meant to be some kind of a setup from EG. They had all of the pieces in place. But the fight works out for G2. And Ethan, well, he finds himself 1v4, and they've already got a counter-terrorist flanking him through T-spawn. So I feel like his days are numbered. He gets tagged up by the Opera, and that makes it all too easy. 5th CT round win for G2.
Guarantee they're not smiling now. That's not a fun way to lose a round, because not only doesn't come close, you don't get your start out, you get destroyed by Hunter here. Unreal shots, actually.
Just taking him out at the knees.
M4A1S commercial again. But now you have to eco off of that one. So it's real just kind of pocket play to get you back into the game and G2 stabilize here. Also, with an MP9 on Hunter, he drops his gun over. They don't feel pressured. They know exactly how much money EG have. That's one of those game-defining rounds.
It's the one that takes all the wind out of the sails.
And it's great to see Hunter and Almanac playing the site together and Blow playing well, because they were the 2 question marks coming into today's match.
Yo, these guys are spaced so close together. Here comes the fast flank. MP9 from Hunter is good for the opening kill. And Tarik will answer somewhat, but with the bomb drop, they're not even going to get any money. So it's G2 to double the round count of EG. Another flat attempt. This time a bit more understandable as it was just those pistols, but G2 kind of corralling them, you know, letting them come inwards and then easily surviving the storm. So buy back up from EG. No op for Cirque. Tons of utility, though. I'm very curious and very hopeful that we get to see, like, I wanted to see what EG were planning towards that B site 2 rounds ago before it all got, you know, ripped apart by Amanek and Hunter. Right now, they're just going to leave one player down here. Hunter takes to the close corner with that MP9. And that's early B control for G2.
In Hunter's like last 23 matches, he's got 6 positive ratings.
Ooh.
Something like that. So it's really been bad. And okay, Derek, he's been good at holding flanks here.
Yeah.
He's got the right angle, right crosshair placement, correct timing. That's a good punish. Nice
little collection of them too, right? Little variation in his holds. Lots of players coming in from short, and Nico gets wrecked by Ethan. Nico could have just put himself on a silver platter for the follow-up players, but instead it's the front runner to take him down. And Ethan gets onto the bomb site. Staring at his shoes. Will stick to the bomb plant, and they've got it. Evil Geniuses, 5 versus 3 post plant. Very strong position for them.
Most dangerous job in the world.
Planting on A site?
Planting on A site, Vertigo. Oh, he just sits there the whole time too. Not scared. Sends him back to save. And there are 2 of them joining hands, walking back into mid. Tees will come to try to hunt him down. But an overall successful round. So far, no casualties for Evil Geniuses. Although they're hunting like they have lots of money.
Doesn't look like they're going to find him. Hunter grabs Kenny's op right at the end of it, and that's what they were hoping to save. So, round 4 secured for EG. All starting off with Tarek. A little bit of a ratty angle, but hey man, you gotta do it. Do what you gotta do. And then Ethan sticking to the bomb plant, denying Nico. You know, if Nico gets that kill, swings out. There were more players coming at him, but yeah, that's what an Ethan peek will do to you.
Yeah, Ethan Peak, that definitely deserves a Steam group. I hope there are some people in the Ethan Peak Steam group. There's got to be some Ethan Peak Steam group holders, for sure. Okay, Hunter, he's trying to disrupt this default, running down quick
hell
into some blind players.
He just throws himself.
Yeah, Cirque dies. There's more here, and he sticks around.
Oh, he gets Ethan as well. Then follow-up damage on his Stam. Damn, Hunter. Going down A ramp. No concern for his well-being, just sticks to the game plan. Tarek's gonna get burned into the open, and that's where Hunter picks him up. A clean 7th round win from G2 off of the back of Hunter.
I mean, one of the 6 positive ratings was last map, so it's been good today here for Hunter. Strong matches so far, and I like this. He runs away just to bait the footsteps, walks back, and I think he might have hit Ethan with the smoke, which is unfortunate for Ethan, but that just gave him all the info he needed.
And what he's doing as well is, you know, essentially the same strategy on A ramp last round that he's been employing over towards B constantly, just throwing himself at the base of the stairs. Here he is again. Well, Breeze has got his headshot this time around. Amanek's going to be tested, but oh, what a great grenade from Amanek. However, Stanislaw wrapping around into the B site. He's going to get himself a second. Blink and you would miss it.
Wait, what?
Evil Geniuses.
How did that happen? Okay, from beginning to end, how long was that? 4 seconds? Like from first kill to last.
Maybe 6.
Here we start.
145.
145, and then suddenly,
what,
in 3 seconds, everybody's dead?
7.
7 seconds.
7 seconds of action.
The 7-second round.
7 seconds in heaven with EG and G2.
But there's no kissing.
No, maybe a little. Op up from Kenny, misses his shot. Hunter's then exposed, standing in the open. Kenny can't quite get a second. Nico's got a Deagle kill in the mix, and he upgrades into the AK. It's a 3 versus 2. Another round that just happened so fast. Nico into the cover. Can't control the corner, and it's going to have to be Amanek with the 1v3. He sees the trajectory from Breeze. Finds a little bit of damage. Tough map for Nico, man. He's currently 2 and 10.
Oh, I mean, I'm waiting for the tweet where he talks about how much he loves the map. I can't wait. gotta come. I mean, hopefully there is one. That is a wrap. Okay, it's the moves here from EG. A B-side hit, A-side hit, both with tempo. Getting the bomb down, getting the entries. Not only do they get into the post-plant situation, the round's already won by the time the bomb goes down. Having their cake and eating it too. That's very comfortable for EG after taking a risk earlier on going for some of their fast plays and getting stuffed. So nice that they can believe in these strategies still. We see the double flash assist on the entries from Stanislaw. He definitely sponsored that round just like Betway sponsors this tournament. Wrapping up this half, we actually have a situation off those two decisive, fast round wins on rifle rounds from EG. They've earned themselves a moment of respite. 4 pistols and 1 AUG on G2.
Tarek with another different angle.
Let's see how good this angle works. He's shown us a few angles now that have been pretty proficient.
Yeah. MNX.
Aiming low.
Ooh, snaps up into the headshot. Very clean.
That was insane.
That's, again, of course, the single rifle, but then Kenny's going to fall back into Cirque and doesn't die.
Wow.
Interesting.
That was definitely the... Yeah, that was a surefire punish. And the AUG is now making its rounds. Almanac, the one who knocks.
Playing all around the map. Ooh, nice P2K damage on Stanislaw. Breeze trying to get the better of Hunter, only working with the USP, but he's toying with Breeze. Breeze has had enough. Oh, hey.
Why do you play like a xylophone every time someone does that?
That just makes me really nervous. And, well, I think EG are nervous now. Ethan, dude, you can't get back into the site. Oh, he's got shots right next to him.
It's okay, he knows pop flashes.
Oh, he's just like, dude, I can't do anything. But he then does. He falls back enough to get the better of Nico, who's got to be fuming at this point. A 2 versus 2. The 2 guns that kick this off, thanks to Amanek's opening kill versus Tarek. Kenny, since then, has gotten 2 frags to his name, but Breeze has him slain. And now Amanek's going to have to clutch this. Stanislaw comfortably back by sandbags. No kit on the play. It's going to take that 10-second defuse to come through. Breeze recalled into the action, but he's not going to go for this peek. Amanek's going to challenge him, gets the better of it. 7 health. 7 health for Amanek and very little time. So little, in fact, that he's already been denied. An 8th round for G2 won't happen yet. Instead, it's a tied game.
Yeah, he can clock out of the round. No guilty conscience here for Amanek. He did so much. This opening kill on Tarek. Snappy shot here on Tarek, holding position in mid. And Kenny S tried to help out in this precarious position here from Ethan. Kenny S grabs 2.
Kenny S, man. Sasuke. That's enough.
And
just taps him.
Yeah, he'll at least carry this forward with some money to buy nades. Everybody else can make their purchases. EG showing they're alive on Vertigo, which is really cool. Again, such little data here on map 2 to try to determine who should win. Only thing we know is that G2 wanted this map. We don't know if EG did.
I've already been convinced by an opening half from Evil Geniuses earlier today. I'll remember what you said, man. Changing the sides means it's still anybody's game. I actually very much look forward to seeing what G2 have prepared for us on the T side. Wonder if Nico will be able to kind of piece things together. Right now, it's going to be EG challenging B and Stan looking crisp. Gets a swift headshot into Hunter. Off of Kenny, canceled out by Cirque. Looking like Evil Geniuses are actually going to walk away with the lead. They have won 3 rounds in a row, and they are looking for a 4th, effectively doubling their round count in the final 4 rounds of this half. I'm sure G2 were thinking they were going to be comfortable. Instead, we've got a game on our hands, and we've got a retake coming in as well. But Nico hasn't been his half, hasn't been his map. 2 kills to his name, and he's going to get a 3rd. At least a bit better than Ziwu. Tries to challenge onto quad, and that's another one. A big pickup for him.
Scrim, you know, where you're on play out. I think that would have been a scrim where EG, like, take the remaining rounds, actually pose some kind of comeback. I think they would have ended if they played that out. You know, best of 30 just in one half. EG would have won, because they looked very strong at the end all of a sudden. But now we switch up, and we already got G2. 7 rounds here. Hunter, 2 kills on the pistol. They can't readjust from Almanek's perspective to kill Tarek as he drops down, and he gets 2 for himself. He's also had a great map. 17-9 so far as the bomb makes his way over to A, and Hunter. Oof, yes, there are 3 hunted here. He's listening for all of them and looking to flank, and he could catch a timing. Breeze will come back, but he gets the kill.
Two players behind him, gets the reload in. Oh, Cirque's gonna take his head off. Tarek has had a map, man. Like you said, 17-9. Very much up there. Next closest would be Breeze at 11 and Cirque at 10. And this 2v2 left to contend is Nexa flashing into the bomb site. Kenny's gonna swing, labored effort with the Glock there, but Nexa is good enough to trade it. Can Tarek keep it crisp? Ooh, Nexa's playing the time, dodges around and around and around until Nexa goes back, commits to the gunfight, knifes out from Tarek. But buddy, you've lost yourself the pistol. Still makes a little bit of money. However, G2 tie.
Yeah, you know what? It's not. You know, he got the knife. If they force, I don't know. It's a lot of money. It does matter. It matters a little bit. We'll see it. We'll see if it actually has an impact on this next round. It'll be interesting. He came in for it. It was beautiful. That's the 18th kill here for Tarek. So we kick off the second half of map number 2. I just really feel like this is a much closer series than it even appears, no matter how you toss it, numbers-wise. These teams, I feel like they're both in really, really strong form right now. And I don't know where it's going to go. But no one does here. Vertigo, the black box of this veto.
I like the scoreboards at the moment because we've got Ethan, a typical star, having a bit of an off game like Nico. Both of these guys have 4 kills. Both of these guys are who you'd expect to be at the top. And if we look at kind of like recent drop-offs, you know, like Tarek was kind of under question and so was Hunter. But those are the guys who've taken the top. So this game to me feels like a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah,
you know? The teams both look good. It's just been a promising series.
That's true.
And yet the guys connecting shots aren't your typical fraggers, man. I'm all for it. I'm all aboard. And so is Tarek. Having forced, thanks to that knife, he now has the armored M4. And his teammates, Kevlared up, with pistols, and a scout on Cirque. That M4 is here, in front of what will be, by the looks of it, the A-site commitment. Man, does he go big? How crazy would it be? He kicks off the pistol, now he has a chance, gets the better of Hunter first and foremost, and now they have an M4 compromising their backline, so they need to deal with him. He's tucked into the corner, and he gets spammed by Amanek. That's a heartbreaking situation for Tarek. Ethan, hands on an MP5, Breeze with the Deeg, good for a double, and Kenny S is barely standing at this point. Evil Geniuses put the squeeze on the A site, and Tarek sets them up for success.
Wow, they're all laughing about that one. I was going to say, I mean, he took out Hunter with this first push. This clotheslines him, running out with the flash, and then he takes a position here where I thought it was very funny that Almanek killed him, because he was thinking, like, where would Almanek be? Almanek was like, where would I be in this spot? And like spammed him through the smoke in the corner, pushing for even more information. And that's where it seems like, all right, G2, they're going to chill now. But then everyone starts pushing, and it looks really strong here for EG. So they steal back the momentum. Did the knife have anything to do with it? I'm not sure. Tarek had an M4.
Tarek had an M4.
Tarek had an M4.
Tarek had an M4.
It had a direct impact.
Can't buy M4s without knives.
Fact, yeah, that's it. That was it. It's a knife. It mattered.
You matter. Each and every one of you.
Really needed to hear that.
Wasn't talking to you.
No. I'll just cry then.
And so will G2, because that sucks, man, to lose that momentum. You win your pistol after having given away 4 rounds in a row, and then you just get smashed by an A push. Breeze comes out of the smoke like a ninja, but a ninja with a deagle. Now they're all grouped up here at the bottom of A. Cirque in the corner with a bit of cover from Ethan, but Nico. Now, if he can be a piece of this puzzle.
Is that kill 5 and 6?
That it was.
If
he can just catch up with the rest of his teammates, then, you know, EG are going to have their hands full that much more so. Stanislaw right on the cusp of this. Drive by into the head of Nico. And now look at the HP here for G2. Sure, they've got the man advantage, but barely. It's going to have to be Amanek with some impact. Taric falls back, spams MP5 shots through smoke, and Nexa's going to commit to this bomb plant. Taric could have jumped over, but opts not to. Because you've got Breeze on the back line. They charge forward. Taric gets challenged, survives with the kill versus Kenny. Amanek has to be the insurance policy, but the big question mark needs to be Breeze. Nexa gets him down to half health, and now comes the Deagle of Amanek. They know that Taric fell back, and he's just made contact. He's pushing in, and Amanek just needs to keep himself in cover. Taric getting closer. Taric gets the kill, and he gets on the bomb with time to spare. Defuse for EG, and a 10th round win.
Yeah, it comes through. Taric pulls it out. He gets some redemption. Isn't able to win the pistol because of the time remaining, but on this one, he'll pull it out. Now, of course, Twitch chat.
Why did he delay? Why did he just hide sandbags the whole time? Play blob, idiot.
He could have still died, is the thing. Eventually, the angle get closed out, and Taric could jump up all over him. So, you know, at one point or another, he might think to take the fight. Taric, he did have an unfavorable engagement. Almanac who chooses which side to fight him from. And I think on a different day, Almanac could have very easily won that duel, and we wouldn't have been talking about it from this perspective. So it's definitely not as cut and dry as try to sit and delay.
You sound like Steel when you make that voice.
Because we're both from Toronto, and we know exactly what Twitch chat sounds like.
We can't tell them they matter and then make fun of them. Only one round later, Launders. I like this. I love just watching the floorboards in this position. Like, oh, you want a boost? Well, now you're flying down 50 floors. And your buddy's got a headshot connected to him. Amanek barely alive. Same can be said for Breeze. How many kills is Taric going to get, damn it? 21 and 10 at the moment. Nexa, nice P250 shot.
As teammates keep dying, gives them more shine.
Put some polish on it.
Yeah. Big map for Turok. And Stanislaw with the off angle to end all off angles. It's so slight. It's so nuanced. It's got to get one kill, right? For sure.
Yes. How about 2? Yes. But not the 3rd. Amanek. That's where he ends it. There's 1 player for EG over on A. There are 2 players here in transition from B. Cirque a bit wary of middle. Nexa just played sound. He ran away, made a ton of noise, and now he's walking back. But this is only going to leave them with time to assault the B bomb site. So if Cirque actually bites down on an A rotate, then maybe they get the better of Taric. Cirque kind of floating here. He might get caught. Yep, sure enough, Deagle connects, but Taric, he's got 2 seconds to take off of the clock. They need this bomb plant. Oh, he's got the knife out. Nexa's going to get the better of him. But, of course, there is no plant, and he dies after time.
Wait, he dies?
He dies after time. The other CT came up B stairs and killed him in the final second.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Okay,
Worth.
he denied the 1,500, but he lost 4K, and he lost. I lost maybe in 7K in total here, right? His whole kit, plus he doesn't get money next round. Wow, the death after time. That's not what I expect. That's actually the perfect play then from Taric. Pulls Stan's like kid's top fragging.
You guys see that, man? You guys see that? Stanislaw.
It was actually the best play. It was actually the best play. It got him killed after time. It opened up a chance for the 1,500. And Nexa didn't want to get knifed, so he didn't stick the bomb. That was actually the perfect thing to do there.
It just looks so ridiculous.
Yeah.
This round kicks off quick. Kenny S kicks in the door on the B site. Taric, let's see what you've got, man. I feel like Taric's at least having fun tonight. And at 22 and 11, I would be as well. But
Yeah,
they fall silent down here, and Amanek's right beneath them, peeks into the floorboards. What goes around comes around. And this time, G2 better off for it.
It's kind of like killing Nico on Inferno. It's what it feels like a little bit. This gets very, very scary. EG, I mean, they need to make a play back. Everything's going to be kind of obvious, but they've got to take some kind of risk, and they're jump spotting over the sandbags down the ramp. It's also a bad smoke, which kind of invites Stanislaw forward, but I think he's anticipating them to actually using. Here, he'll corroborate the information to his team. They'll make the rotation over towards the B site. Still an unlikely hold, but they're well fortified and they have early information. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Kenny shooting anything that moves. Cirque moves in. Nexa trades both players out.
Wow.
The B site crumbles, and Stanislaw is left to flank, which is already being watched. So good call on his behalf to just fall back into the T-spawn and let this round slide by. G2 on a little bit of a comeback. But they need to make sure they string these rounds together. This was Kenny's entry.
Yeah, no kidding.
This was Amanek punishing Tarek.
That timing, yeah. Trying to catch him on the grate. He opens the timing up, of course, just not holding it and expecting Tarek to try to make a play back. And it's been great. And yeah, it's just not enough. You know, it could be that it could totally, could roly-poly be the story of Tarek and him being not enough on this team. You need Cirque to top frag, Ethan top frag, and Breeze to be there as well. Or at least to put up some kind of consistent level, but too many pieces are falling around Tarek at the moment.
Yeah, I agree, man. Tododolio. It's nice to see Stanislaw saving the M4 fully. Maybe he comes to play here in the 21st round. We saw what difference a single M4 could make last time in the hands of Tarek. Stan's currently got it floating towards the B site. We get this deep control coming out of EG.
It's quiet. They've got their attention. We'll flash down and clear things out, so Ethan will confirm what they already anticipated. There might not be anyone here. And I mean, the problem is, I don't know, bottom A ramp control just doesn't really do it for me that much sometimes, because it's hard to flank still, and especially when they're really going to be aware of it when you've got that control. It's not easy to hold it either if T's want to come back, but maybe we'll see a variation here where it works out. But I know they're going to clear the top of this box.
Yeah, they definitely should, and they will. Then the second player at the bottom of the box, same fate. Same destiny. That single M4 still unable to get into the engagement. It has moved over towards the depths of the A site, leaving Breeze alone on B. Concentrated effort here from G2 with the Molotovs to help them. Stanislaw will kill that single A player, but you know, that's a bit of a ruse. It is very much on B Breeze. He's going to round the corner. Nice 1D into the head of Nico. I already know Nico's hitting his desk after that one.
Right. That could have been very scary.
Yeah, one guy in the middle of the pack. Unfortunately loses his head, but fortunately for G2, they continue on and close. 3 alive at the end of that one, and only 1 round the difference now for EG. This was that 2-man stack on the boxes, 1 up top, 1 down beneath. Hunter kills them both.
What are you guys watching? He politely says to his teammates.
Yes. Politely.
All right. Okay. And yeah, another round where they don't have much to invest into. Okay. So Hunter, they're gonna want to try to get as many kills on Hunter as possible.
Ooh, it's looking good.
Oh, they've opened it up for him. Yeah, it's $1,800, right? Oh, his AK kills actually went down.
Just
only got
one.
one. Oh, never mind.
And Breeze, with the power of Zeus, is dead.
Ran out of mana. All right. Let's see what happens on this next round. Now that we have a buy-up again. Oh, no. The tragic story of EG having a strong kind of start to a second half and then potentially falling off a little bit. Want to be even more forgiving about the fact that it is Vertigo, the map that it feels like G2 is a huge punish pick from them.
Yeah.
And more thinking about the idea that EG were really looking forward to a map 3 and really kind of fluffed it by losing Vertigo. Or sorry, by losing Inferno. But at this point in the game, clearly there's still hope for them to actually win this. Come down to EG's comfort playing the CT side. But it looks like they've got some variety. New look on mid.
You know, Pimp said it on the desk, right? Like Evil Geniuses, two of their strongest maps, hands down, Inferno and Nuke. So I'm right there with you. You know, and there was definitely a world where if that second half of Inferno went any better, EG, we'd be going to that decider where anything's possible. But this one's still winnable as well. You know, if they had only gotten a few more knife kills, then maybe they'd have some more grenades here in the 23rd. But
True.
they've at least done a good job of hanging on to the grenades they do have. It's been a very silent start to this round, but Cert gets his head popped.
He's still holding this. Look at this. Oh my god, he gets
nice.
both. No way he reads the setup so correctly.
What's crazy is since his 5th and 6th kill,
Yeah.
we haven't had anything else from Nico. He's coming in with these like little pocket moments. You know, his following 2K here in this round's actually quite crucial,
my
but
God.
Hunter's just going to go ahead and blow apart the B site.
The kill one, they know where the other is.
Same thing in mid. Kill one and snap onto the second. Now Ethan left stranded all alone on the A site. The B bomb site freely in the hands of G2, which means they will have a lead. Ethan sees the barrel of the AK, so he's got himself a kill at the very least and an upgrade to that weapon. But let's not doubt G2. This is their 12th round under wraps.
And they could so easily snowball, so the money's not going to look too great here. And EG's Ethan is being hunted a little bit, but very patient on the taps, takes Nico out and leaves himself in a 1v2 exit round. I think holding on to this AK could be paramount. And he can't do that, so small lead here for EG, but they'll also have an eco now to really try to pile it on. See how Nico's so careful, does not overcommit on any of these angles, and Tarek barely stands a chance. And there it is, just the perfect reads on both of those setups, man. The Kovac bros, high frequency gaming. They're on a different level.
EG tried to make the play happen there on the bottom of B. We saw Stan throwing himself downwards for the opening kill, but it was Hunter who just kind of went above and beyond with the second. You know, even if Stans get traded out and the player up top then kills Hunter, B is all right. Ethan still has that deep A control, but it's really Hunter's 2K making the difference in that one. Evil Geniuses in an awkward spot.
Yeah, it's a default loss too, which really hurts more. So we'll see in G2, you know, they can kind of do more of the same. They can win the round there before they get the B stairs and Nico playing by himself over a mid. They can try that again if they like and see if... Oh, I forgot. It's not even a buy round here for Evil Geniuses. So took a tack to talk about things maybe for the next round, maybe for this round as well. See if they bring any ingenuity into this eco in round 24. Here it is, the ingenuity.
Well, Zeus is some pretty powerful tech. But the MP5 from Hunter.
He's going with the forest leaves.
This man has an entirely fresh inventory.
You said he's the first pro you've seen use the same gloves as you?
Yeah. Specialist Gloves Forest DD Pat. Underrated. First guy to use them. His whole inventory is fresh tonight. And this Deagle from Breeze was looking pretty good. He did some substantial damage there with the lineup, but they cut through the hold like a hot knife and butter.
And to sell this,
Yes.
you know, it's balling on a budget, right? You get them all
balling on a
matchy,
budget.
and none of that stuff is very, very expensive in relation to other...
Forest DD Pat, one of the cheaper options out there if you're looking at a set of gloves. You know, you get the nice olive browns, you get the kind of earthy tones. For a guy like Hunter, you know, aptly named. He's coupled it tonight with two separate knives, the Butterfly Forest DD Pat on CT side and an Ursus knife here on the offense. Forest leaves, again, those natural tones, really just bringing the whole ensemble together. If anything, we'll call this balling on a budget with the Kovacs.
A great man once said, blend but don't blend in. That's what Hunter's doing. He's also matching to his name.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's thematic.
But unlike Hunter, G2 very much sticking out at the moment. They have won 5 rounds in a row. They are officially on fire, and they are chopping down the pistol players in that previous one. So let's see it. Another pause called, right? We had one prior to the eco. We've got another one now as they come in with the buy. Just for Zeus to repeat everything he had just said. Make sure he hammers it into the heads of EG before they walk into this one, because let's be honest, if G2 continue to rack up rounds, it's a 2-0 tonight.
Yep. Yeah. This could be it, right? Yeah, right here. So we'll see what the idea is. I don't know. I have no idea what EG are going to try to do necessarily. I mean, like I don't know if they're going to try to go down for B control. I mean, Vertigo, you're kind of stunted, man. It's not that easy to come up with new stuff to do on CT side. You do have to kind of wait. It's very common for T's to take all things at once. It doesn't take them a lot of resources to do it. It's very scary and feels very 50-50 when it comes down to like how you approach your default on CT side. So I don't think any idea is necessarily wrong, but I also don't think any idea is necessarily guaranteed.
Oh, off of the pause, they're just gonna go ahead and crank the dial. This tempo is quick. They've got CTs just cowering. Oh, Nexa and Hunter. 2 easy pickups on the front of this B site, and everything EG could have talked about in both of those pauses just got thrown out the window at 100 miles an hour. Their notes are gone. They cannot pump the brakes. It is free fall at the moment.
Man, things were very tense over on Inferno, and then we had a round exactly like this one, where it just like fast round, 2 quick entries, and then everything else just tumbles down. We're giving EG a lot of credit and coming up with something new, and then G2 all of a sudden like, yeah, we're the better team. What are you talking about? This isn't even close. 2 SMG entries in the B site. That is demoralizing, considering Cirque had an op to work with, rifle right beside him, shoulder to shoulder. And, you know, the rush was coming. They were kind of anticipating it, but it was a great flash from G2 to get them back.
Yep.
And I think they chained it well. G2 have great, fast execs. This is stuff that I love to see from them. And I'm not surprised to see it work. Just sad for EG that it did.
So fast on that one, man. They were inside the bomb site before EG even recovered vision. 27 and 14 is Hunter. Shooting for 30. And who's behind him? Amanek. When is the last time we saw a G2 with Hunter and Amanek at the top of the scoreboard? There is still time, though, for EG to knock him down a peg. They do so at the start of the 26th, with Ethan opening up on the short side of A site. He's trying to recover his game, and he has. Right up there now with Cirque and Stan. But they need more than a man advantage. They need more than an opening kill. They need a solution to what has been a bullying B hit. Yet again poised to wreck face on this side of the map. Breeze extinguishing the fire. I mean, that's going to be a red flag. They should know he's back here, but he's, oh my god, face to face with Amanek, who's then going to try to get a second Nexa. 1 kill. It's Cirque with the double, and still 2 players right ahead of him. Nico slowly coming around those rafters. As Cirque gets on the side of the smoke, Nico gets the better of him. At a 2v2 with both the counter-terrorists coming in from behind, but they're going to do it quiet.
This is weird, right? They're actually clearing things out. Yeah, they're holding now. Oh, they're jumping up on the left side of the scope. He's not going to be able to... Oh, the reaction!
Kenny!
Another! He's spotted. Kenny gets away. He can come out for the peek again if he wants. The bomb has not been planted, and it's a 1-on-2. It'll get dropped. He turns, so the bomb with momentum lands towards Nico. Nico will pick it up, and he'll think about evacuating, and Ethan realizes that this is an option for him.
Nico's going to go ahead and sprint over to the A site. That Kenny S flick is what sets this up. The fact that in his dying breath, brother, he passes the bomb. Nico picks that up, and for somebody who's had a rough game, he goes back to the angle. He is getting ready for Ethan to come through middle. Now, there are options here, man. There are 3 separate entrances, and Nico goes with the furthest left. Keeps eyes on the doorway, but he almost exposes himself to the right. The internal clock is ticking. The timer in Nico's mind is on a T. Ethan executed as he tries to turn around. It is Nico with what is a crucial clutch. Good for him coming back into this map as G2, round after round, string these things together.
Man, that's just ridiculous. And this was actually Omenek's own flash, so
Yes.
on full merit. Comes through, blinds Breeze for that whole time. Eats his own flash a little bit when he comes to, is able to get the kill. Unlucky for Cirque, plays so well off of his own smoke. What a crazy, I mean, if it wasn't Kenny, you'd say it was lucky, but just the kind of thing he does.
Just off the muzzle flash. He sees it in the side of the scope.
Did he? Yeah, he saw something.
He saw the muzzle flash, yeah.
Insane. That is insane.
Kenny shines brighter than the barrel of that gun. An EG with a tough pill to swallow after that clutch. It's going to be on Breeze to hold them at bay.
Oh my God.
He sees Kenny. Oh, and he almost got baited into dying to Amanek. Nice double kill from Breeze. That's what they needed. Double man advantage. Smoke it off, cool it off, and try to keep this game going. Overtime is an option, but NiKo is finding his form. Just like Ethan, the bottom fraggers have come into impact as this game's gone on.
Definitely. Ethan started, I think, this half with 6 kills or something. Maybe even less than that. Was down there with NiKo, actually.
Yep.
Maybe 4 kills. Very low. A well-known CT side player, that's for sure. This kill from NiKo really brings the odds way back. I think there's still a chance here to entry into the site if they are fortunate enough. And Cirque, it's coming down to these minute angles.
Ooh, they line up.
Yeah, he manages.
NiKo's gonna try to give chase off of the flashbangs just like last round, and he almost gets Cirque, but at least he knows exactly where he's at. He has him locked into the position, and now it's on Kenny, missing his shot, dying to Cirque, who keeps the game going for EG.
Thankfully for EG. Yeah, Cirque is still here and finally has some success. Couple of uncomfortable rounds for him holding in the site, but he finds the angle that works best. Of course, Bree sets him up beautifully for success with this first drop down and push, and even has the bravado to come out with the P2K after and look for more damage. There's a spot where Kenny misses a flick, and Evil Geniuses stay alive. It's been in a series of unfortunate events and some very, very magical plays here from G2, but it looks like they're staying up in this situation. Trades come back 2 for 1 for the CT side.
But again, fiery pace, little ferocious stance out mid from G2. They've gotten far enough to now crawl. They got the space they needed, and then they recognize that and shift down into second gear, keeping the tempo forward, just getting by Cirque.
Is he watching? He's watching Heaven.
Yeah, he's not ready for this. NiKo, he's just going to play with all the possible angles. They're drawing attention closer towards stairs. Kenny S gets the better of Tarek.
Oh, no.
Now NiKo, he could serve as an anchor that cuts off rotates, but Ethan gets that trade back. So I feel like with Ethan getting that kill, the play falls back into the hands of NiKo.
Oh my God. There's not enough resources here for someone to cause a distraction for NiKo that's not going to be obvious.
So much time.
He's got to wait. He's got to wait and see if somebody walks back into him. But at some point, one of these Ts is going to have to go out of position. And the CTs are here hunting, and they give a kill back when they're up 3-2 in this position. It might be info they didn't need, but they were uncomfortable. And this is maybe why. They had a feeling something was going on, and there is. But they're not aware of this. But this ramp push could work out in favor of the CTs as well.
This is wild.
Oh my God.
Amanek's taking the same route.
Oh, and he spotted one of 2 CTs, and this is going to bring him into the B site.
And he's like, do I chase this? Do I fall back? Now, I feel like the silver lining in this situation is at least Cirque didn't die. But NiKo's going to commit to a corner, and I would bet $100 Cirque doesn't clear this corner. He's not ready for the gunfight. Bomb is now planted. It has to be on Ethan. The timing in middle and that push by Breeze at the base of B, that's what gets this locked into the B bomb site. That's what gives G2 such a superb chance at closing here in the 28th. Utilities out for Ethan. That flashbang thrown high. Smokes back the other way, and he's trying to get into this, but NiKo, he's still patiently at a distance. Amanek gives away his position, and the trade frag's there. NiKo turning it up in this second half, going from the bottom of the